Hello, Fighting Disaster Bro. You asked on the subreddit on how to make a little simple, cheap RC drone, for example, and I'm here to answer your question. Um, let me. I'll just make one, and I hope that just answers your question. So let me start with making a little model for a drone. I don't really want to edit this video afterwards, so I'll just make it right now. Okay, that seems to be fine. I'll tell RC receiver if you want to control it remotely. Now let me think. Let's do a little cross pattern. So one longer, disappear, make a block. This is 45 degrees, good. Let's make this a bit longer. Good. Click it. Make sure it's connected. It's not good. Let me just Ctrl Z to have this. Let's make this. Let me not save anything yet. Alright. Okay, so let me just make a little scalable block here on the side, and I'll just put all the logic that I'm going to be working on the side, and get a seat. Okay, cool. Longer, bigger. Okay, this should work. Okay, so what your drone would typically have would be thrusters for like a small one. I'll just use these 1S thrusters. Just attach them here. Oops, I didn't. Okay, good. They're attached, and that should be quite fine. Okay, let's start with the logic. So we would to be able to control the drone, we would start with switches. Switches are basically mirror mode. Switches are basically ways that you can interact with the logic in the game. Not only can they transmit, give you outputs from like what you are doing on the keyboard, but they can also interpret data that you are sending to them. So let me just make some, for example, alt pitch. I like to set pitch switches to blue, and then alt yaw, and then alt steering. Yaw I like to make green because that's what I associate with rotation. So no, sorry, yaw is going to be roll, so let's make it red, and steering is going to be green for rotation. I forgot to add a few thrusters here. I want to add some yaw thrusters. Good. Oh, there's a switches. Oops. Thrusters. Yes. Good. This should work. Okay. Let me add a scalable here. Make this a bit smaller because I want to add a camera to this. Okay. Camera, so you can see what you're doing. Okay. And to just make it not make it balanced, I added a similar thing on the other side. Okay, so other than these, you would also let me just keep it simple. Let me just, because this is a very small drone, I'll just lower the thrust on these to 10%. We can adjust it later. I'll press B to select all the thrusters, then set them to output channel. Okay. Oh, I also forgot a switch for thrust. Let's make a switch for thrust or fire. Yes. will be alt throttle. Okay, now let me choose all the frost ones. Invert, hide. Oops. Select all of them and this. Select the color, press source. So basically for the frost we want all of them to activate. Okay, and we'll set the frost on here to like 0. Let's set it to 0.1. We can change it later. We'll make the color 100. That's not usually how it would make this, but I just want to keep it quite simple. Okay, now let's connect the pitch one. Okay, let me just think how I want to do it. Okay, I'll add actually 2 more thrusters to this. One in here, the other in here. 2 thrusters. Let me just lower them a bit so they are visible. Let me make them blue. Okay, those are going to be our pitch thrusters. So when you go up, we can test it later. Just set this one to input scale -1, so it will only work when it receives a negative input. Delete this, select this. Okay, cool. Let me see if I could maybe add a break here. That's good. Now we're going to add some roll thrusters. You could technically make a drone with like 8 thrusters and have them be connected together correctly, but this is, I think, the simplest way. Color, okay, cool. And now it is yaw, so one of these is going to be inverted to work correctly. I hope I'm not doing this too fast. Okay, what's not connected? This isn't. Okay, so one of the sets is going to be inverted. Let me think. When I press to the right to fire these, so this should be inverted. It's kind of a you kind of test for those things later. Drone. Okay, is everything connected? This is connected. This is no, this is not. Oops. Color, connect. Okay, this is connected. This is connected. Okay, drone. Doesn't work. Oop. Something broke. Is it a matter of... Interesting. Troubleshooting. Cool. What? Is it something not connected? Oh, it totally isn't. Yeah, explains it. Let's make this wider. So one here, and this way, this should doesn't connect. Okay. This is a bit embarrassing, I have to say. Okay. Maybe let's make the top connection points half. Will this fix? Yes, this connects everything. Okay. Yeah, everything is connected. Save. Oh yeah. So it can go a bit up, although it tilts so the mass isn't correctly. And then when I try to pitch up and down, it moves in the opposite direction. Oh yeah, way too much fast. Yeah, inverted controls. So these are fine. The throttle on these is fine. So in actually color, we make this 10%, and this output 1. And you can either decrease the thrust on these ones or decrease the output on these. I'll just work with the thrusters. So control color -10 and 10. Okay. Color coding is quite a useful trick too. You just set something the correct color and then press C, and it selects everything that like in a single group. That's why I color these. Okay, this is fine. And I didn't test yaw. Way too strong. I can see already. Is this flyable though? Not really. Either way. Weight is shrunk. This is going to let's set it to 1%, and this to also 1%. Okay. Let me set the color. Let's see. Kind of playable, although there's one thing that needs to be added. Now I'm going to add two sensors to this that will help it be stable. These are going to be angular, normal angular speed sensors. So what this basically senses is how fast this will rotate in space. The faster it rotates, the higher the signal it will send. What I like to use is about either 400 or 600 units. I think it's like I'm not actually sure what it's like rotations a minute or something. I'm not sure. Either way, we will see what to set these to later. It's a troubleshooting thing, and we're going to need two of them. So let me just go here. One is going to be facing forwards, and that's going to basically control our rotation, and one is going to be facing this way, which will control our pitch. Just constant yes, okay. Hide this, put this here, cool. And now I can just select this color and select these, press the source, press down shift and left click on this, press enter. This way, when you look in this view, the faster has two sources connected. Okay, let's go to, by the way, you press Z to change the views. I think it's visible here. Color, hide, go to the thrusters, source, shift, enter. Okay. And also, we need one more of these sensors. This one will be for yaw control. So green. Okay. And we're going to set that to something lower, 200. Actually, no, let's just keep it at 400. Okay, color. B. Boop. Okay. Let's see how this performs. Yeah, I can see that the pitch one is set incorrectly. So let's go color. This one needs to be -1 and 1. Okay. Yeah, now we can see this is much more stable, although the rotation one is set incorrectly. Color 1 -1. I'm just basically changing 1 to -1 and vice versa. Okay, now let's see how this performs. A bit shrunk on the throttle, but as you can see, when I try to rotate, it's a lot more stable. The thrusters are a bit strong still, but I can fly through those hoops just fine. Damn. Yeah. Yeah. You wanted a rocket, so this is going to be quite fast. One last thing I would change is maybe make those thrusters a bit not as strong. See, that way it's much more manageable. Yeah, and this pretty much works. It's like a drone now. Yeah, I'll upload this and set it in the video description or the Reddit post comment. So you can just check this one out. I wanted the tank to explode. Oh, why doesn't it explode? Come on.